a whopping 78% of Americans support vaccines, including 48% who strongly support them.
It makes it difficult for caregivers to vaccinate themselves, to get things like the flu shot and the COVID shot. You put people like my son at risk because it doesn't matter how many times they have their vaccines. If you don't have a fully functioning immune system, you cannot mount an immune response.
I want to hop into a crucial MSNBC panel with the mother of an immunocompromised child sounding off on these bad MAGA policies, the anti-vax agenda from Trump and RFK Jr. So if you can, take a second, leave us a like on the video. It gives us a big boost in the algorithm. It lets us know you enjoy the content. We've been growing all thanks to you. And let's get right to the panel.
There's new evidence that RFK Jr.'s vaccine skepticism is extremely out of step with most Americans. The NBC News polling that we've been talking about tonight found a whopping 78% of Americans support vaccines, including 48% who strongly support them. And for many families, this isn't just a political issue. It's actually a matter of life or death, like for Colleen Thomas, a mother in Indiana whose son was born missing a part of his immune system. The little boy was always sick with constant congestion and respiratory infections and was 3 years old when he was diagnosed with an immunodeficiency that made him susceptible to severe illness, even though he'd gotten all his childhood vaccinations before his diagnosis. Now, with Kennedy as the top health official in the country, Thomas is one of many Americans deeply worried about the future of vaccines.
And sadly, it's as she should be, right? A Republican state has already moved all vaccine mandates from public schools. Not COVID, not just the mRNA. No, all vaccine mandates. It's already happened, right? RFK Jr. has removed the FDA recommendations from the COVID vaccine, which makes it less accessible for millions who couldn't otherwise afford it, where insurance won't now pay for it. He cut $500 million to mRNA research, which could lead to who knows how many future treatments. Is single-handedly what saved us from the pandemic. I mean, there's been work done with cancer and influenza on it as well, just as an example, right? mRNA is especially handy for the immunocompromised, especially in this case, like as they're not being exposed to the actual virus in any capacity with mRNA. It's a messenger protein, essentially, or a spike protein. And having less people vaccinated in general is just threatening to the immunocompromised. Herd immunity is especially important for this reason. And MAGA is threatening this for all of us because their freedom means more to them than your safety.
Walk us through how these changes at the CDC and healthcare policy in general may impact your family directly.
It not only impacts the people like my son, families like mine, it makes it difficult for caregivers to vaccinate themselves, to get things like the flu shot and the COVID shot. Just because they don't have an underlying condition, they might not be 65 or older, they're the caregiver. They have to take care of these children or the elderly who have weakened immune systems. They need to be able to protect themselves, and we should have the right to make that choice for ourselves.
Here's my hot take on this. I'll just be open about it. It should be a legitimate crime for you to not vaccinate your children. I think it should be illegal. There's no reason that we should let demented adults put their kids at heightened risk of sickness, dying, put society at a heightened risk of these things, immunocompromised children of other parents at an increased risk of these things, all because what? They want to play Wild West with gun control and vaccines now. Like, we know vaccines are safe. We know they work. They're rigorously tested and studied. They all before ever reaching market. And then every single day after, there's no reason to be against them. And the whole anti-vax movement literally can be traced back to one man, Andrew Wakefield, a charlatan who literally did this as a means to help someone make money selling a scam fake cure to diseases as they were losing profitability due to vaccines. So they wanted to knock them.
What would you tell him about how his policies are impacting your family?
I just would, he wouldn't understand this, but I want him to understand that you put people like my son at risk because it doesn't matter how many times they have their vaccines. If you don't have a fully functioning immune system, you cannot mount an immune response. You will not develop the antibodies. And they rely on the rest of our community to be vaccinated to keep the number of communicable diseases down. And that's what protects the vulnerable of our society.
I try to stay away from doomerism, oh, the world is ending and such, but like, Imagine if we did have a pandemic again under this administration. Like, I truly fear what would happen. We've pulled out of the World Health Organization. Kennedy has no actual experience in anything like this. We've defunded actual pandemic response measures. We're pulling millions off healthcare. We're like, rural hospitals are about to close. We're defunding mRNA research. Again, what single-handedly saved our ass during COVID. We're removing vaccine mandates. Like, we would be so screwed. God forbid that happens. And obviously it's a once in a lifetime type of thing. I'm not trying to say it's like likely or this is like on the horizon, but I just say that to paint the picture of the scary place we are in the world. And it's like our economy is failing also. So MAGA can't even pretend that, well, it's worth it for that reason. Trump can't be perfect. And, you know, all the picks didn't hit because nothing is hitting. It's all failing. We're going to kill people because of this. We're killing people with the USAID cuts abroad. We're going to kill people here with the Medicaid cuts, but like, hey, at least the trans kids are out of badminton and at least the rich are getting fat tax cuts, right?